Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another day in Stardew Valley. I just realized my chains were underneath my shirt. Today is April 15th, 2025, and we have a great episode in store for you today. I already have a question picked out, and it's going to be... I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, this is a question that could lead to some very interesting talking. We do have that over there. Let me quickly put stuff away, and then we will get to the question. So it's coming from Molly Painters. What's your opinion on communism / governments other than democracy? So first of all, communism isn't another government besides democracy. It's a different economic system. It's not a government. That is the one flaw in this this intro here. I have takes. I have thoughts. I have opinions. I have ideas. But we will get to them in a moment. So, before talking about politics, I do realize I've talked about stuff politically on here a bit recently, and the reason that I've been talking about it is because I'm a little fed up just with the current system and how it's running. Now, I don't know what the solution is, but, like, I think we can all agree that, like, there's no U.S. politicians right now that really have our best interests in hearts as citizens, and that kind of sucks a lot. That sucks, like, so much, and, like, I feel like we should do something about that, no? Like, there should be something to be done about the fact that if you're in the U.S., like, there's straight up just no one that, like, has your best interest in heart. And I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that, because it's all just, like, big, like, corporate shareholders that have all the wealth in this country. That's pretty bad. So, governments other than democracy, I probably would not be the biggest advocate for. Probably not a huge fan of governments other than democracy, because realistically, like, democracy is the best that we have. It's all we got right now. And our current government isn't really feeling that democratic. We're definitely, like, electing people, and we definitely have people in office, but, you know, checks and balances right now isn't really working that great. So I don't care where you fall politically. Like, I don't care if you're on the left, if you're on the right. Like, I think we can all agree that, like, the Supreme Court has the power to tell the president no. And right now, we're watching, the Supreme Court was like, hey, you can't deport these people without due process. Like, that's, like, the Constitution. Like, we have these checks and balances. You have the rights. Like, you have rights. You're, innocent until proven guilty. And Trump was like, nah, they're all terrorists. We hate them all. And, like, there's at least one guy. I'm not the news, so ask Philip DeFranco, not me. But, like, Trump basically just straight up ignored a lot of, like the Supreme Court saying, hey, this guy was deported unconstitutionally. Like, we've determined that we're the Supreme Court. You have to bring him back. And Trump said, "Oh, I can't do that." Bro said, "Nuh-uh." Bro hit him with the nuh-uh. I didn't know you could do that. Like, I didn't know you could do that in politics. You could just hit him with the nuh-uh. You could just hit him with the fourth grader move. Like, what are we doing? What is this? We can do that? That's allowed? Since when was that in the rule book? Since when did they add that in the update? So I'm not a huge fan of our current political system. Because genuinely, like, the people that are in power in the US, they are not doing the job of government. Like, they are specifically after their own special interests, And it's like they're not hiding it either. That's the thing. Like they're not like Elon Musk is in the White House. Like he should not be there. He is a benefactor who paid for a government position, who's a like one of the most wealthy person in the world. Crazy that his kids go on stream to tell him that the world that he sucked at Overwatch. That is the funniest thing that's come out of it. Like there was a stream where I think it was Hassan. They like brought Elon's daughter on, and she was like, yeah, like he used to like get us to play Overwatch all the time because we think like he needed us to carry him. He was a bronze Torbjorn main. And then Elon, like, he played, I think it was PoE, and the whole chat was like, you have no real friends, you will die alone, which is, like, that's mean, but true, because honestly, he's just a terrible person. He's genuinely just a terrible person, and, like, I think all people deserve the chance for redemption. All people deserve a second chance. But at a certain point, he has infinite second chances, and he doesn't care. Like, because he owns the system. He owns the system, so it doesn't matter what happens to him. So, like, I think the current, like, two-party system in America is very flawed for that reason. Because, like, right now, both parties, they argue on everything. Nothing gets done in Congress, and, like, they don't, like, no one agrees on, like, the issue, like, the common issues that, like, both parties, like, agree on. Like, no one in Congress is agreeing on them. Like, the fact that, like, the cost of living in the U.S. is so high, and, like, other countries are, like, doing way better in so many different fields. And we're just, like, over here. We're supposed to be the best country in the world, and we are, like, the worst in healthcare. Like, we have a huge healthcare industry that's, like, completely, like, for profit. It's completely for profit. Our, like, citizen base is, like, sick and can't afford coverage. When, like, that's just a basic human right in every other country. So, like, that's not good. That's not a great thing. The prices of, like, all groceries are going up. The tariffs are making, like, everything way more expensive. There's, like, natural disasters. Our electric grid is severely outdated. Our like, highway infrastructure is outdated. Like, all of our stuff is super outdated, and, like, the rationale is, like, oh, we were the first to have it. Like, that's why it's older, because we were the first to have it. But, like, we will do the thing first, and then we, like, just kind of chill with that. And then we don't upgrade. We don't change. Like, that's not good. Also, I want to try and upgrade fishing today. So, like, for me, I try to look at, like, okay, we have a problem in Congress. Like, we have politicians who don't really care about like, their constituents. They don't really care about the people that they that have voted for them. All they care about is getting reelected. They don't care about actually doing a good job. They don't care about actually doing the work of a politician. They just care about doing their whole spiel so they can get reelected. That's all that matters to them. That's literally it. That's all that matters. So, like, part of me as somebody who loves living in the U.S., who, like, is a big fan of this country, Gorp. I'm naming him Gorp. It really makes me angry to see so much, like, exploited for the sake of like, other like, benefactors that aren't like, my country. How do I raise this? I wanna put this ostrich egg. Can I not incubate the ostrich egg? Do I need a specific incubator for it? I might need, like, a specific thing for this. I don't want to eat the ostrich egg. Or is my thing full? Is my coop full? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It might be full. Wait, cause can I do it with a normal egg? Can I do it with a normal egg? No, I can. There must be a specific thing for the ostrich egg. Slime incubator, slime egg press, crystallarium. I'm assuming there's a specific thing for it. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to figure that out. There are a few more items in here. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Put all of these away. Grab you. Put you away. Grab both of you. Okay. Okay. Boom, boom. And I can put you here. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, like, I as somebody who loves America, am really disappointed by the system that we have. I think it's genuinely just, like, it's outrageous to me that we all know the system sucks. We all know it's bad. We all know it doesn't work. And we're all just kind of sitting here like, yeah, that sucks. Anyway. And then we don't do anything about it. We just go, like, the next guy will have to deal with it. That's the next guy's problem. And I'm tired of that, like, whole rhetoric of, like, oh, you can't, like, we just can't worry about this because it's like it's too much for your mental health to worry about these problems. But I'm like, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to take the bullet, and somebody has to be the one to be like, let's make actual change. Let's make, like, this country genuinely good. Like let's make us proud to live here. Let's make us, like, happy to be here. Like, I don't want to live my entire life just waiting for it to be over. I want to live. I want to be happy. I want to enjoy stuff. And I don't want to, like, be in fear that, like, my way of life isn't going to be able to continue. And, like, it is really, like, scary to see, the world, like, going the way that it's going. Because, like, part of me is like, what does this mean for, like, the average person? It's like a tough spot to be in. So, my opinions on communism and other forms of government. I feel like democracy's the best we got. I feel like democracy, like, it needs to work with, like, a people that can enforce it. Like, there needs to be some sort of checks and balances that can, like, enforce democracy working. Because when it works, it's great. When it works, it's awesome. I'm a big fan of when it works. Because, like, for a while it did. For a while we, like, genuinely had, like, good presidents. We had, like, a lot of good stuff getting done. And in other countries it works too. Like, in other countries, they're, like, you can look and, like, democracy is doing its job. So, like, democracy isn't the problem. The problem is when you allow politicians to make profit off of the government. So let's look here. Nothing of value. Like, I think as a government employee, like, as a politician, you shouldn't be able to own stocks. You shouldn't be able to, like, I'm trying to think of, like, restrictions you could put on that would, like, make sense. You shouldn't be able to work in a field that, like, your policies specifically, like, advantaged. Like, you should, have a term limit, so you can only do one term, and like your family members can only do one term, or like somebody in your like immediate family can't like immediately run to keep like the same like people in power. Like there needs to be some way to make it that like the politicians aren't they aren't like people searching for power. Like being a politician should be a civil servant. You should be like genuinely a servant. Maybe you treat politics like jury duty, and you say like, all right, we're gonna bring in like 100 random guys from around the world, and we're gonna or from around the country, and we're gonna like get them to talk about like what the issues are, and then like make legislation around that. I don't know what the solution is, but there is a solution there where like the people have more of a say, because right now the people don't really have a say, and I think that's the problem that a lot of people are feeling, is like we don't have a system where like the average person feels like their needs are being met by government, because government's job is to protect the people. It's to make sure that no, don't go to sleep. It's to make sure that they are like safe, make sure they are secure, and make sure they are able to make their own decisions. Like when you have areas that are specifically like impoverished, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, like they made the decision to live there. Like they didn't have a decision to live there. It's really hard to get out of there. A few people do it, and you'll look at them, they'll be like, oh, well, they were smart for getting out of that situation. Like, of course they were smart for getting out of that situation. The situation was bad, and a lot of people don't have that choice. And that sucks. That's no good. Oh, we do have the movie theater we can get to. I want to get our fishing level up. I think if I buy the book on fishing, I can get our fishing level up a little bit. So let's do that. Buy books. Okay. Combat quarterly. I don't need. Farming experience, mining experience. These ones I don't need. Way of Wind Part 2. Yes, please. Okay. Awesome. I'm even faster now. I'm as fast as I can be. I still have a bunch of books I need, too. So... because there's Woodley's Secret, there's Jewels of the Sea, Friendship 101. These are all... There's still more. There's still a lot more. And I have all of these. I'm, like, missing out on a lot of stuff. I know if I fish, I will get extra stuff. So I'm going to spend the rest of the episode fishing. And if I don't level up, probably tomorrow fishing as well. But, like, a lot of people will throw around the idea of communism. And I think communism is a fun idea, but when applied to the rest of America as it is, and like the world as it is, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work because the people in power end up being able to abuse it too much that like nobody has anything and everyone's having a pretty bad time. Now, capitalism, on the other hand, we're doing it right now, and same thing's happening where a few people have the power and most people are having a pretty bad time. So there's got to be some balance in the middle that we can strike here, where we can say, okay, like, we're not going to go full-blown communism. We're not going to have everything be an open good that anyone can have. But at the same time, like, I think right now we have things like IP is too protected. Intellectual property is far too protected right now in America because, like, we have companies like Apple that have, like, there's, like, an oligarchy or oligopoly, like, in charge of tech. So like Microsoft, Google, and Apple pretty much own most of tech, like most of like the like hardware and operating systems for computers and phones. It's through them. So like you need a computer, you need a phone to operate and like interface with modern society. But these companies, they own all of the rights and the ability to use that. So like the new, I think it was like the Apple Pro Max 17, whatever, it was like $2,500. Came out at $2,500. $2,500 for a phone. And you know for a fact in 5 years that phone is going to be useless, worthless. So the gall to spend $2,500 on something that you're going to spend another $2,500 on, like it's absurd that like companies can just do that. And like you basically need a phone now. You need a phone now. That's like something that you can like kind of live without one, but like it's really difficult because like you go to the restaurant, the menu's on a QR code. You want to get like tickets, you can print them out, which is a hassle for everyone, or it's on your phone. Like, you need like a phone number for somebody to call for so many services. Two-factor authentication, you like need a phone for. There's a lot of things where you need a phone. Like you need a phone. If you want to do like pretty much like learn anything, you need internet access. Even at schools, a lot of the times there's online classes, so you need a computer, you need internet. And these are things that like companies control. Companies control that. And like part of me is like, I think like as somebody who is like working on businesses, who has like who owns a business right now. I like my Jonny RaZeR is like a like an LLC. Like I have an actual like business entity for it. Rumble Pack is a business. Scuffed Animals was a business. Like I am somebody who is like an entrepreneur. I'm somebody making stuff, and it is so difficult for an entrepreneur to make stuff. And I am like one in like 100, like 1,000, one in a million, one in 100 million. Like I don't know what the odds are on like a person like me being able to do what I'm doing. But like I shouldn't have to like barely be able to make a profit by hiring people just so they can get a livable wage. Like so many people, they hire somebody to do like the bare minimum, like way above the effort amount of work for like the bare minimum salary. And it's really disheartening. Like seeing like Mr. Beast, like not paying employees enough, which that might be incorrect. So Jimmy, don't sue me. But like I'll see like people like getting editors, and the editors are putting in lots and lots of work, getting like nothing for it. I know Anna, she works for like a lot of companies who will like make her do a lot of work, and like the company gets paid like X amount, and then Anna, who actually made the video, gets paid a much smaller cut of that. Now that's just like that's how a lot of businesses operate. Like the person on the top gets most of the money, and the person on the bottom has to do all the work for it. And that's exploitative. That's stupid. That's dumb. I think that like the person who does the work should get fairly compensated for the work that they're doing. Like if I am an employer, like let's say I am like an ad agency, and I get like a sponsorship, and like Dano's a creator, and I get Dano that sponsorship. Usually the way that those agencies work is they take a small cut because they found the opportunity, but then Dano would get the majority of it because Dano actually made the content. Dano actually promoted it. Dano actually did the work required. In a lot of cases, like in like manufacturing, in like service industry, like you have all these employees that are putting in like time and effort, like hard work to get stuff done. And they're paid nothing for it, and it's really disappointing. And I'm like, I feel like McDonald's, let's say. I would never want to work at McDonald's. I don't know why anyone works at McDonald's. Like, working at McDonald's genuinely is like, why would you ever do that unless you have no other options? If you have no other options, work at McDonald's. But like, it's genuinely like, why would you create a job where working there is synonymous with failure? Like, working there is like like as low as it gets. And like, there are a couple people who go like, oh, like I work at this like fast food job and I really love it, and like I'm really jazzed about it. I'm like, that's fine, like that's good, like I'm glad that you enjoy working that job. But like for most people, it's just like you don't really have that ability. And like, I think personally, if you gave employees like if at McDonald's you got like a percent cut of like that McDonald's revenue by working there, or like over time you can like earn like a cut based on like what you do at the company, then people are going to be like forced to have a more like team oriented mentality where it's like, hey, like I am doing all the work here, I am putting in the effort, and I want to get paid for it. Like, I don't want to go to my job and see somebody put the bare minimum work in. I'm putting in all the work I can. I'm so disincentivized to work like that. Like, I worked at a grocery store, and when I got there, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a great employee. I'm going to go in, I'm going to have a smile on my face. I'm going to like treat all the customers nice. I'm going to make it a good experience. Cause like, you don't want to go to the grocery store and have a bad time. Like, I want to make it a good experience. And by the time I left, I hated it. I absolutely hated it because every other person at that job hated it. I didn't hate it because the job was bad. I hated it because the environment was so negative. Like, everyone was like, oh, don't work here. You're wasting your life away here. It's so depressing here. We all hate it here. That's what everyone is saying. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do, man? What am I supposed to do? Like, except for just like sit here and take it. And then I got a different job at a gas station where everyone was more positive and everyone was like, hey, like, let's get this done. Let's do the things. And some days, like some of the crew was like, I don't want to do it. But a lot of the time, like, everyone was like, hey, let's do it. And we made we did a better service by having people there that were genuinely like jazzed about it. And to get people jazzed about it, you pay them fairly. It's that simple. But like, companies have gotten so big to the point that like Amazon knows that they're gonna get another employee, like another warehouse worker, because they make towns where that's the only job. Like, it's dystopian. It's evil what they're doing. And it's like, you can't pay someone fairly if that's the best it gets. So anyway, those are my thoughts, I guess. I don't know what the solution is. I think if you're a business owner, pay people fairly. That's pretty much it. Like I said last time, I'm working on a game. The cut that I have is I get 33%. The programmer gets 33%, and the artist gets 33%. So we all get 33%. We all get equal because we're doing equal work. We're doing an equally important part of the job. It might not be the same amount of hours that goes into it, but the job is equally important. We all need to give it our all. So we're all being rightly compensated for how well the game does. If the game does really well, I promote it really well, the game looks really good, the game runs really good. Like, these are all different reasons for the game to do well. And those are reasons that the money comes back in. So Anyway, that's how I think most companies should be run. I think a lot of companies are too big. I don't know if socialism would work on a large scale, but capitalism isn't doing too great, and we need some sort of in between. We need some sort of mediary. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it as always. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble. And honestly, like, I don't care what your political beliefs are. You don't need to listen to mine. I'm not trying to make you think one way or the other. Because that's dumb. That's stupid. And at the end of the day, we're all different. We all have different values, different needs, different wants. And I think the goal of human beings should be to help other human beings out so we can all have a good time. That has been my Stardew. Thank you, channel members. I appreciate it as always. And I will see you guys tomorrow for more Stardew!